Deep within a forest, past the babbling brook and the sleeping giant's cave, lay a place of wonder. It was called the Whispering Woods. Can you guess why? The leaves whispered secrets to the wind whispered stories to the animals, and the animals whispered dreams to the moon. It was in this magical place that a rooster named Bartholomew lived a simple life. Bartholomew wasn't like the other roosters. Oh no, he was far too curious for that. Every morning, instead of crowing cock-a-doodle-doo,
What will I discover today?
one sunny morning, while scratching in the dirt, Bartholomew felt something hard.
What's this?
He clucked, pushing aside a pile of leaves. There, sparkling in the sunlight, was a tiny golden grain.
Wow!
Exclaimed Bartholomew, his eyes wide with amazement. He had never seen anything so beautiful. Unbeknownst to Bartholomew, a sly fox named Finley had been watching him from behind a tree. Finley's tummy rumbled.
A golden grain, that must be worth a fortune.
Finley scurried behind Bartholomew and said in a sugary voice,
My, what a beautiful feather you have there.
Bartholomew, startled, quickly hid the golden grain under his wing.
Feather?
Yes, that long golden feather. It would look lovely on my tail.
Finley inched closer, his eyes fixed on Bartholomew's wing. Bartholomew knew Finley was up to no good. He quickly thought of a plan.
Oh, this old feather? It's not even that special. I was just about to throw it away.
Throw it away, don't do that, I'll take it.
He reached out with his paw. Bartholomew quickly tossed a regular feather into Finley's paw.
Here you go then.
Finley frowned, realizing he had been tricked. He huffed and stomped away. Bartholomew chuckled to himself. He had outsmarted the sly fox. Bartholomew continued on his way, the golden grain safely tucked under his wing. He had found it in the enchanted forest, a place where magical things often happened. The golden grain was said to bring good fortune to whoever possessed it, and Bartholomew was excited about the possibilities it held. He imagined all the wonderful things he could do with his newfound treasure. Suddenly, he bumped into something large and furry. Bartholomew stumbled back, his heart racing as he looked up to see what he had collided with. He squawked, falling onto his back. The golden grain slipped from his grasp and rolled a few feet away.
Well, what do we have here?
It was Barnaby the bear, and he looked very hungry. His eyes gleamed with a mix of curiosity and greed as he stared at the golden grain. Bartholomew quickly scrambled to his feet, his mind racing to think of a way out of this predicament.
Hello, Barnaby.
He said nervously, trying to keep his voice steady. He knew that Barnaby was not one to be easily fooled.
I hear you found something special.
Barnaby growled, sniffing the air. His nose twitched as he caught the scent of the golden grain.
Something golden and delicious.
Bartholomew shook his head, trying to appear confident. He knew he had to protect the golden grain at all costs.
You must be mistaken, I only have this tiny grain.
He showed Barnaby a regular grain of wheat, hoping the bear would be satisfied with it.
Don't lie to me, I'll give you one chance. If you can cross the Whispering River without getting wet, I'll let you go. But if you fail, the golden grain is mine.
Bartholomew gulped, his mind racing. The Whispering River was far too wide and deep to cross. He had heard tales of its treacherous currents and the eerie whispers that echoed across its waters. The Whispering River was far too wide and deep to cross. Bartholomew's heart pounded as he stared at the rushing water, wondering how he could possibly succeed in this impossible challenge.
Bartholomew looked around frantically. He had to think fast. Just then, he spotted a group of butterflies fluttering nearby. Excuse me, butterflies? He called out politely. Could you spare a moment?
The butterflies fluttered around Bartholomew.
What is it, little rooster? They asked. I need to cross the river without getting wet, explained Bartholomew. Could you possibly give me a lift?
The butterflies giggled.
Of course, they chirped.
They each took hold of one of Bartholomew's feathers and gently lifted him into the air. Bartholomew held on tight as they carried him safely over the Whispering River. Bartholomew landed safely on the other side of the river. The journey had been long and arduous, but he was determined to protect the golden grain he had found. The river's current was strong, but Bartholomew's wings were stronger. He had flown over mountains and valleys, through storms and sunshine, all to keep this precious grain safe. He thanked the butterflies and continued on his way. The butterflies had guided him through the dense forest, their delicate wings shimmering in the sunlight. They had shown him the safest paths and hidden trails, ensuring he avoided any dangers lurking in the shadows. Bartholomew felt a deep sense of gratitude towards these tiny yet mighty creatures. he knew he had to find a safe place to keep the golden grain. The grain was not just any ordinary grain, it was said to have magical properties that could bring prosperity and happiness to whoever possessed it. Bartholomew had to be cautious, for many would want to take it from him if they knew its true value. Just then, he spotted Ophelia the owl perched on a branch. Ophelia was not just any owl, she was the wisest creature in the Whispering Woods. Her eyes, deep and knowing, seemed to hold the secrets of the entire forest. Bartholomew knew that if anyone could help him, it would be her. Ophelia was known throughout the Whispering Woods for her wisdom. Animals from far and wide would come to seek her counsel. Her advice was always sound, and her knowledge of the forest and its mysteries was unparalleled. Bartholomew felt a glimmer of hope as he approached her.
"Ophelia," said Bartholomew, "I need your advice." His voice trembled slightly, revealing the weight of his burden. He had been carrying the golden grain for days, always looking over his shoulder, fearing someone might steal it from him. "I found something precious, but everyone keeps trying to take it from me." Bartholomew's eyes were filled with worry and exhaustion. He held out the golden grain, its shimmering surface catching the light. He hoped Ophelia would understand the gravity of his situation.
Ophelia listened patiently as Bartholomew told her about the golden grain. She nodded thoughtfully, her eyes never leaving the grain. She could sense its power and the responsibility that came with it. Ophelia knew that this was no ordinary problem and that Bartholomew needed guidance.
"This is no ordinary grain, Bartholomew," she hooted softly. Her voice was calm and reassuring, yet it carried the weight of her wisdom. She knew the importance of the grain and the potential it held. It's a magical grain that can bring joy and abundance to all. But with such power comes great responsibility. You must protect it and use it wisely. Ophelia's words echoed in Bartholomew's mind. He realized that his journey was far from over. But with Ophelia's guidance, he felt more prepared to face the challenges ahead. "What should I do with it?" asked Bartholomew. "You must plant it," advised Ophelia, "but be careful, for it needs to be planted in a special place."
She told Bartholomew to find the tallest oak tree in the forest. Bartholomew searched high and low until he found the tallest oak tree he had ever seen. He carefully planted the golden grain in the soft earth at the base of the tree.
"Please grow," he whispered, hoping for the best.
He knew that sharing the magic of the golden grain was the right thing to do. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. The forest, with its ever-changing hues, witnessed the passage of time in a mesmerizing dance of light and shadow. Each sunrise brought new hope, and each sunset whispered promises of dreams yet to be fulfilled. Bartholomew visited the oak tree every day, watering the spot where he had planted the golden grain. His dedication was unwavering, and with each drop of water, he whispered words of encouragement to the soil, believing in the magic that lay beneath. One sunny morning, he noticed something amazing. The air was crisp, and the forest was alive with the sounds of chirping birds and rustling leaves. Bartholomew's heart skipped a beat as he approached the spot, sensing that something extraordinary was about to happen. A tiny golden sprout had emerged from the ground. It glistened in the morning sun, a beacon of hope and wonder. Bartholomew could hardly believe his eyes. He knelt down, gently touching the delicate sprout, feeling the warmth of its magic. The sprout grew taller and stronger each day, until it blossomed into a magnificent tree. Its growth was a marvel to behold, a testament to the power of patience and care. Bartholomew watched in awe as the tree reached for the sky, its branches spreading wide. Its leaves shimmered like gold, and its branches were laden with golden fruit. The tree stood as a symbol of prosperity and magic, its beauty unmatched by anything in the Whispering Woods. The golden leaves rustled in the breeze, creating a melody that filled the air with enchantment. The animals of the Whispering Woods had never seen anything so beautiful. They came from far and wide, drawn by the tree's radiant glow. Deer, rabbits, birds, and even the shyest creatures emerged from their hiding places to witness the miracle. They gathered around the tree, marveling at its magic. The forest was filled with a sense of unity and wonder, as animals of all kinds shared in the joy of this extraordinary event. The tree had become a beacon of hope and a symbol of the forest's resilience. Bartholomew had kept the golden grain safe, and now its magic would be shared with everyone. The villagers gathered, their faces alight with joy and gratitude. They knew that this harvest was not just a gift for the present, but a promise for the future. From that day forward, the Whispering Woods was a place of abundance and joy. The golden tree stood as a reminder of the magic that could be found in the most unexpected places. The forest thrived, and its inhabitants lived in harmony, their hearts filled with hope and happiness. And Bartholomew, the brave and clever rooster, was a hero to all. His courage and dedication had brought about a miracle, and his name was celebrated in songs and stories for generations to come. The Whispering Woods would forever remember the magical harvest and the rooster who made it possible.